Thursday, CNC Hangout Day. I'm wondering, is there any state in the United States that is not cold right now? It seems that everywhere is cold. I was like wanting to go away somewhere where it's warm, and apparently I'd have to leave the United States if I was going to do that. Head really, really far south. We got New Jersey there, and what have you? All right, well, it's me and Liberty, and Juliana's hanging out in the background. Let's say some hellos there. Yep.
Well, I know we've got Madra in the house. She said there's lots of new faces here, which I am seeing. We've got Jay from Wiley, Texas. Hello and welcome to the show. We've got Carve It Up Pat. Hello, hello.
Pat. Love the hat, Liberty. Mike is saying love the hat. Let's see.
Iowa, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, a whole bunch of folks. I'm just actually seeing some new names too. Grumpy Doug. That's a good one.
Well, that from Las Vegas.
Yeah, Bill Bat. Folks from all over the U.S. and there's Canada. Mike from Columbia, South Carolina.
Huntsville, Alabama.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna. Here's the way I want to start this off. First of all, we're gonna just bring in Julianne. Say hello. So just so you all, anybody that's new here doesn't know who everybody is. Of course, I'm Garrett with IDC. I'm the one that you generally see on the YouTube channel, and next to me is Liberty. So she's been managing fulfillment at IDC Woodcraft, and she's working towards creating content. She just got her machine up and running a little while ago, and started to get into the rhythm of figuring out how to work it, and get going on that. And Julianne. So Julianne is the administrative coordinator. She does all the administrative stuff that, if we didn't have that, the company would fall in pieces. The two ladies are decision makers in the company, and we got one other who never comes on the show just because he does his own thing. But anyway, so yeah. Okay, so what we're going to talk about tonight, and Julianne will be marking these things and putting comments in, starring your comments and what have you. Any announcements to make, Julianne, that we need to?
It's cold.
Mm-hmm.
That's about all I got right now.
It is cold. Yeah, well, I guess, since we got both ladies here, folks, we want to, IDC Woodcraft channel just bumped over 100,000 YouTube subscribers over the weekend. So, and so we are going to celebrate tonight with a, there it is. Yeah, PCT. See, he just said congrats on 100K. So we're going to do like a flash sale. Celebration flash sale is going to be tonight. So it's
would we celebrate any other way?
Yeah, I wouldn't celebrate it any other way. Julianne, what are we going to be doing? What's the flash sale? What's the deal that these folks are going to be getting for us celebrating ourselves to hit the 100K? But we're celebrating it because you are the ones that have made this happen for us.
Well, we're kind of, I don't know. I tried to think of something catchy. We have 100,000 subscribers now. Oh, and I mean, Garrett kind of pulled the O-flute bits out for our surprise and 100,000 subscribers. So we will be running 15% off the IDC O-flute bits. Note, IDC O-flute bits only, not the Jennies, just the IDC ones. And using the code OhMyFlute at checkout.
Oh my flute.
So you will get 15% off, and I actually put it where you can either get the set or you can get the individuals as 15% off. So I'm feeling generous.
Cool. I'm gonna see if I can. Let's see if it comes up this way. Yeah. So let's see. We'll go to the. Give them. You just give them the link for the acrylic category. So 15% off. There you go, folks. Any of the O-Flute bits or the O-Flute bit sets, that's going on till the end of the night, Eastern Standard Time, midnight. It's going to go away. 15% celebration flash sale. Thank you, folks, for letting us hit the 100K mark, and that's our little deal for it. And
Yep.
IDC's 5-year anniversary birthday is coming up next month.
Mhm.
So 5 years in business. So we'll be having something coming up that you all want to be keep your eyes out for.
And contrary, I just got to note this. Contrary to what Jack in the shop said, we are not giving away alt mills. We don't know where he procured. Like, no idea where those came from. We are not responsible for if you get an alt mill from a random area.
Yeah.
So
They can
sorry.
just label one to my house. That's okay.
That would make us challenged, wouldn't it? So if we start giving away alt mills. Look at Jack's going, come on.
No.
Right.
Sorry. No.
Well, okay. All right, cool. All right, so there you go.
Ham mill was only here for the free alt mill.
Right.
No.
And I guess you can throw in a link for the acrylic category, right? And then they can pick them from there. So you guys, there we go. Okay. Julianne will be in the back. She'll be watching your comments, and she'll pop out when she wants to pop out, what have you. All right. So, and she'll put links in and whatnot. And so here's something that she's going to be starring tonight. So we're going to talk a little bit about those weird one-off CNC fooblars that tend to happen. And I don't have like a record in my head, but I did make some notes. But I'd like you folks to put in the comments your little one-off weirdo things that happen that you were able to either troubleshoot or couldn't troubleshoot and figure out. So it'd be kind of an interesting collection of the weird things that happen in CNC, the ghost in the machine. So,
Where's that edge case?
Yeah.
I tell you what, I had one of my own the other day.
Oh, you did? All right.
Still
We'll get to that one in a minute. I do want to talk about the tool holder. All right. So we got, both Liberty and I got this in the mail from our CNC brother, Jay. So he had 3D printed a tool holder. So it's got the 4 rows of pockets for all your CNC bits from IDC Woodcraft. He's got this IDC Woodcraft thing right there. He put the name on it, and it's got like a pen pocket here. And he has offered to make this file available to anybody that wants it. So he's going to put it up on a couple sites where you can download this, and he's going to take care of that after the show tonight, and then we'll get this the link to it to you next week. This is another gift. So Jay gets himself a gift card, right, for sending us something. It's so cool when you just send something that's personalized. That's just so cool. Whenever somebody sends something to us, they get a gift card. It's and I think you ladies send them like a little love package too, don't you?
What?
And when people do that, you send them.
Typically, when people send out a gift, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send them some like thank you with some M&Ms. Sometimes they get a little like sample bit or an extra pen or stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay. All right. So make sure you put in your weird things that's happened with your CNCs that just weird, that like nobody on the planet can troubleshoot. Again, the ghost of the machine. And then we'll be put question marks in front of your statements so that we can catch them. And of course, your regular questions, put question marks in front of those and we'll get them. Or you got a few of those started before the show even started. All right. So
Yep.
Liberty,
As always.
What's that?
I said as typical.
Yeah. Oh, we've got Kyle Ely showing up on the February 11th. He'll be with us
February
live
11th.
2 weeks from now. So if you got your vector questions, that's the time to ask the man. Okay. So before we get to questions and statements out here, Liberty, what was your little weird thing that happened to you?
Yeah, I just and I think it was either just a weird, again, edge case, or I don't know, honestly. I really don't know. But I ran, my design through. I calculated my tool paths, went in. I have my, Shark Next Wave specific post processor, and I make sure that's selected. I put everything in the files, put it onto the right USB, eject the USB. Like I was doing everything like boom, 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 and put it in. And I'm always nervous when I start a card. I'm always nervous. I'm always like,
Yeah.
is it gonna? And so I'm like hovering the stop buttons and I'm waiting for it. And the spindle's not starting up. And the spindle's not starting up. I'm like, come on, baby. Come on, baby. And it starts moving. I just like slam on all of the stop buttons. Like, don't like, and it stops right away. And I didn't hit anything. I stopped it quick enough. Took that USB out, went back through, reran the exact same, like I didn't even recalculate the toolpath. I just re-downloaded the G code,
Okay.
tried it again, and it started right up.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
Just reran a new G code, didn't even recalculate the toolpaths. I just reran the G code into the USB and put a new name on it, and it was fine. It ran fine after that and didn't do that again. So I was like, I don't know. The ghost took some G code out of there.
Yeah. Goes to the machine. For those folks who have popped on, looks like about 50 more have popped on since we started. So we're celebrating 100K subscribers on the YouTube channel tonight by giving you all a flash sale, 15% off all the IDC Woodcraft Fluke bits. So there's the discount code right down at the bottom, streaming by, and Julianne will put the link to the page that you wanted to click to get to it, so you can get your 15% off. Just use that discount code, my flute. That's a great name. So, and we're talking about the weird things that happen in CNC that just make you go, what just happened? I had one where it generated the G code. And well, I loaded the G code, hit the machine, it started to do all its cutting, and then it dove right in the middle of the project. It dove right down into the project. And as I'm looking at everything, I couldn't figure it out. No loose wires, no nothing. I went into the G code, and one line had a wingding in it. It messed up that one line, and so it just like, okay, well, I don't know what to do with this thing, so I'm just going to dive, and it dove right through the project. That was, yeah, and I regenerated the code, and it came out fine. So it might have been like a little electrical surge or blurb or something like that.
Yep.
So, yep. Yeah, I've had them where one axis will suddenly bind, like on the gantry, and then it works again. I have troubleshot that though eventually, and that turned out to be one of the jacks that came undone from that motor wire, just barely. So just every once in a while, something was shaking, it just loses connection for just a moment.
Yep.
All right, let's. We got lots of stuff people are bringing in here.
I was gonna say, lots of people are putting in their thoughts.
Cool. Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. Before the show even started, Swan popped in.
Hey, Swan. Oh, my bad.
Garrett and ladies, when I try to set up my Z probe, my CNC always has a different idea than me, like pushing it. Would you please tell me how to troubleshoot my probe? Thanks, Swan.
Okay, Swan, you using? I'm hoping you're using the G-Sender software, but I just want to kind of jog this through my head. So here's one of these weird things, right? It has a different idea, like pushing the probe.
So the only time I've had the Z probe mess up on me was when it was not well magneted, like not well grounded with the other wire.
Oh yeah.
And every time that happens, that's when mine has gone to like pushing the probe down, diving into it, that kind of thing. So making sure you have a clear space to ground that magnet to.
Mm-hmm. That's that's a common one. Well, it looks like GSender is an update. I'll have to work on getting that updated. So you don't use GSender anymore with your machines, right? You've got your machine has its own control. Okay. Well, I'm looking at GSender right now. So just give me a minute. I'm going to go to the probe section and see if there should be a toggle button on here that, oh, there it is. Okay. I'm wondering, like pushing it, would you please tell me how to troubleshoot my probe? You know what? This is one where I almost want to tell you, because it's not registering what might be happening with this. If you're saying it's like pushing the probe, like it's moving over, it's pushing the probe out of the way or something like that. Either what Liberty's saying, that it's not making full contact with the closed circuit, but you might want to contact the machine company and ask them. All right. So that's kind of the best way I can give it, because it's not like I'm not figuring out what kind of issue you might be having there with that. Sorry, I can't. It's not going to be able to answer this one, brother. All right, let's do the next one. Uh-oh, can't hear you. You're muted.
Maybe we've given him some ways to investigate at least.
Yeah.
Sorry, I kept muting myself because of my coughing. All right, Gary Lynn. Hello. Hey guys, surgery was successful. Got to keep all fingers and thumb. Thanks for all your prayers. Yay! That is wonderful.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, so this is a CNC accident here. And what did he say that he did? Just so we can make people aware.
I forget. I remember it happened.
Pop
Something
in.
with a table saw.
Julianne's over there giving us.
Yeah, she's over here playing charades.
So yeah, I'm like the table saw or bandsaw. I'm not sure which one it was. He said a piece of wood came back and
that's right.
Things happened. Things went other places.
Right.
That's right. That's right.
So, yeah.
Oh, good, Gary. I'm glad, and just stay with it, brother. The workshop accidents are scary. All these machines are scary. Respect your equipment. I had my accident too. I was one night I was cutting on my table saw. This was 15, 20, 25 years ago. And I was mad. I was tired. I was hungry. And I was something else. And I was pushing a thing. I had a little finger guide, and it was like a square piece. I was cutting it down to size, and it just wasn't thinking. Ran my thumb right into the table, into this blade. It's a nice cut right down the middle of the thumb. I got a nice scar here now, but fortunately, I didn't make a second finger. But
Don't need 11.
I don't need 11. All right. Good, Gary. And I see all the comments there. We're giving you a lot of grace on that too. So, okay, Liberty, next one. Let's see what kind of weird ghost in the machine issues you folks have had. Put them in your comments.
Let's see. While I investigate this other one, I'm going to give you this compliment from Oz. Great video you made, Garrett, on CNC beginnings.
Yeah, CNC, that one. Anybody watch that video? That video took me a month to make. That was like, what am I getting myself into when I'm making this video? 2-hour video. That's a movie, folks. So it was CNC beginners, just introducing you to CNC routers and all the stuff. Thank you, Oz. I was glad to have that one done. Really glad to have that one done.
Yeah, you've been working on that one for a while. Have you ever done a video on adding text to 3D carving?
I do have a video on it, but I will demonstrate that here. Because I saw that. And so adding text to 3D carving on the Vectric software. So I can show that. Let's go over to this screen. And it was kind of funny because Liberty, I saw the comment before the show, and so I just launched Vectric and I just grabbed a 3D carve, and I happen to have this one. I didn't even know I had this one, this 3D model. So I asked Julianne, "Do you want this? Do you want me to make it? Can you see how long this one's going to take?" This has so much detail in it that it's going to take a long time to carve because there's so much up and down with the machine. It will never get up to full speed. So anyway, so how would I put 3D text on it? It's actually pretty cool with so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create some text. So Julianne said I should put the word spirit on it, spirit. And then I'm going to choose my text size. We'll go 1.5. And I spelled it wrong. Spirit. There we go. And then I'm going to change my font to something that's a little bit bigger. Okay. All right. So we have the word spirit, and I'm going to close that. And I'm going to just move that. We'll put it right kind of under the eagle's head there. We're going to go over to toolpath. I've got to just quickly create the toolpath for the model. And I got to make that model a bit thinner. I got to make my material a lot fatter. 1.5. Let's try that. Cancel. I didn't quite get everything set up properly yet. So I'm going to go to the next one, Liberty, and then I'll come back to this
one. Any 6-inch tramming bars left? Yes, there are 6-inch tramming bars left. They're there. They're available. Get them while you got them. They're 12-inch as well.
Get them while you got them.
Yep.
All right, we'll put a link in there for you. Let's see if we can get it there. Okay, we're getting there. Go ahead. Go on to the next one. I just got to make sure I can get.
Ooh, okay.
We can bring up one of their strange projects.
That's what I'm looking for. I'm just going to scroll all the way down to the bottom and go from there. Oh, look at that. The bottom question's for me. Miss Liberty, when is your next video coming out? Me and Adam are diligently working right now that we're back in the office after this winter storm. So I would hope to have a video out in the next week, depending upon what he needs as far as editing goes. But we're working on several shorts and things like that. So you'll likely see me in the shorts before you see me in the videos. Because we're just trying to make sure we can get some good quality content out there and get some projects carved up real fast on this thing. So we're bulking up some content right now.
All right. Keep it going.
All right.
Why is
Oh, interesting. Okay. On my long mill, all of my unexplained issues went away when I bought a high quality USB cable. No issues so far with the alt mill. Interesting. I mean, that is something to think about when you're using all these, you've invested in this machine and these motors and, even a good, power strip and things like that. And then you buy a $5 Walmart USB cord.
all right.
So makes sense. Makes sense. Good advice, Dan. Upgrade that USB cord. Okay. I actually don't know I don't know why that's doing that, but that's very curious. So when I use the probe on the machine, the machine just takes off to a random location. I have to set with a piece of paper on the material to make it work. Using GRBL candle. Interesting. I'm gonna come back to that when he has focus, but
I don't use Gerbil candle, so I couldn't. Let's see. When I use
I don't know why that would even be affecting it, because that's the G code. That's not the. Or are they
Okay.
using Gerbil
So-
Candle as the G? Like,
Yeah,
isn't that
yeah.
their G sender? Okay,
Yeah.
I've
It's
never heard of
so
that.
Candle is a different kind of. It's like G Center. Yeah.
Okay, I thought he meant that was
Right.
his
So
food
this is
processor.
one of those ghost in the machine things.
Yep.
The machine just takes off with this probe, but that'd be interesting. I don't know Candle. I've never used it, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. I would check into Candle and see if there's anything there that they've had with that. But yeah, it's like it doesn't tell you why it's doing it. It's just gonna do it.
I would just switch to G Sender. If you're using GRBL, I'd just switch to G Sender.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I think we've got this. I just gotta run it once and just make sure everything's working out okay on this. Okay. It's actually pretty easy to do. So preview all toolpaths. And okay, cool. All right.
All right.
We can share my screen again. All right. So I just got to delete that toolpath and reset my toolpaths. Reset. Okay. All right. So here we go. All right. So this was okay. This was a 3D model I generated from Easy Create. So if you folks want to create 3D models, but you don't know how to do it, Easy Create is a really, really super simple way to do it. And I did a video that shows you how to do it. Easy Create is a Vectric-based platform, so it only creates the 3D models for the Vectric software. So, but it's a really cool thing. This, I gave it verbal instructions, or I put it in a ChatGPT verbally, and then I copied the text that ChatGPT gave me to instruct it what I wanted, and I copied that over to Easy Create, because Easy Create doesn't have a verbal thing. You have to type it all in. I didn't feel like typing. So anyway, okay, so we have the word, let me just, there we go. We have the word spirit on here. And I am going to go to, I've already set up the toolpath to carve out the project. So I'm going to just generate that carve real quick so you can see what we got. And there it is. That Easy Create does, it's really cool. You can do quite a few different things on it. So there it is. There's the carve of the woodworker in his shop, and he's got the potbelly stove there. So we're going to close that. Now we're going to do a V-carve, and I'm going to the V-carve toolpath, and I'm selecting the text. And here's how you get the text to follow the profile of your 3D model. While you're in the V-carve toolpath, down at the bottom, there's this little checkbox, and it says project toolpath onto 3D model. And with that checked, that will actually put that toolpath right on the 3D model. So I just got to set my start depth to 0. That's the one thing you need to do. And then click calculate and preview the toolpath. And there it is. And so it carved it right in there. So, and it followed the 3D model. So you can see it kind of slopes down and slopes back up. So if you have a 3D model, it's like a big arc, it'll project it onto that arc when you have that checked. All right, there we go.
All right. Let's see. Back up to the top. We already did that one. Okay. All right. Betty Steve Carden. Garrett, I have a collet issue where the bit won't come out when loose. Even with the nut off, I have to use a small block of wood, tap the collet out of the spindle. Any thoughts?
Okay. So I put I asked her what spindle she has. So I've had that issue happen with me with the Makita router. So what I would do is first I would take the what do you call the Scotch-Brite stuff, and I would clean everything off. Your collet, the outside of your collet, and up on your spindle, and then try it again and see if it comes out. If not, Let's see, Mouser Fox Alien. Okay, it's a small 400 watt spindle. Okay, so it's an ER11 collet, I believe. So what I would do is feel up in the spindle, see if there's any burrs or anything, and then feel your collet and see if there's any burrs on the collet. And if there are, just take a 220 grit sandpaper and just do a quick cleanup on it. You might want to just try to put it up in the spindle with a 220 grit sandpaper and just clean up a little bit. Not too much, not too hard. And then make sure you blow everything out because you don't want any of that dust up in there. That's my best guess on that one.
All right. Black Creek CNC Designs. I'm working on a thing that might be of some interest to some CNCers. I need some help with it. I need the X gantry thickness of as many machines that I can get.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'd be kind of curious what you got. What I would do is I would post in Facebook.
Yeah.
Ask people what you want.
Groups.
Ask people what you're wanting. You can ask them what machine they have and ask them to give you the dimensions of the gantry.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way to do that.
Jarrett, okay, I'm new and learning. So far, I have broken 3 1/8 bits. Everyone has broken way up in the collet. Is it a normal place to break, or is my collet messed up?
I'm going to say there's something wrong with your collet. All right, that should not break up in your collet. So carbide is a brittle material, and if it has any kind of weird stress on it in the collet when it's clamping down, then it's going to break the bit. So there's something, I think you got some debris up in your collet, or maybe a burr or something. When they make those little saw cuts through the collet, if they don't clean up those burrs, then normally they should cut that with the EDM machines, but or EDI. What is it? EDI or EDM? It's got a wire. It's a wire, it's a discharge wire.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of
EDM
cool.
makes me
That is
think
cut really, really accurate. So, folks, we're talking about the ghost in the machine, the weird things that have happened to you. I want to know what people have had happen to them. So I had one where I had a weird G code. I put a wingding text in the G code. So all I can figure was electrical thing. Another one is the machine stops for no reason right in the middle of the carve. Right, that's usually due to electromagnetic interference. So like a surge, electrical surge, or a little static discharge. Okay.
All right. EDM machine. Yeah,
EDM.
discharge
Thank
machine.
you. EDM.
Yep.
Oh, it's been a while since I've been in the business. I forgot that.
All I could think of was like techno music, like EDM. Is that the right one for what I'm thinking of, Julianne? Like, I'm thinking of like EDM music. So I was just like, I have no idea. I waited for the comments to come through.
All right,
All
we got
right.
43 of these things started. We got rock and roll on these things.
Yes, Garrett and ladies, any input on the AutoSpin T1 by CNC Labs, Swan in Cold State of Delaware.
Yeah, hey Swan. Okay, so I know that they're really close to putting it out. I think I saw something that the other day, an email or something. So I'm not sure. I haven't talked to them in a while. So I have a meeting with them once a month, and this last one I wasn't available. I was traveling, flying out to Washington.
All right.
See, Julianne, just go to their site and see if you can find any update on that. She'll post it.
Has anyone here tried the millage program from Lightburn?
Yeah, no millage.
Everybody's talking about it a little bit each week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I haven't heard too much so far. Most people are saying they haven't touched it yet.
I thought about
some people out there can say something.
Yeah, I've thought about playing with it, but so what is this mill mage? So mill mage, for those you don't know, it's the Lightburn's version of coming into the design software for the CNC routers. right? And then the toolpath generator. So it's still relatively new. It doesn't have a lot of the bells and whistles that you'll find in the Vectric software, but the difference is the price. Milmage is like $50, right? Vectric is, the version I use, Vectric Pro, is $750. So yeah, any comments about the Milmage software? It'd be really cool to see and what people think of it. I'd love to see comments in here. I'll keep my eyes on that. Okay. So Ed Cameron said that they're still beta testing. So they're not formally out, I guess. And then Jack says they're nowhere close to usable right now. Okay, so there you go.
All right. You talk about the 3-in-1 oil, but you didn't talk about what type of oil you use in the grease zerts. Wondering what type of grease it takes. Thank you.
Oh, okay. So I actually have not. I've got to go get my grease and get it. So I use. So he's talking about the grease in the bearings. So you got your your square bearings, your linear bearings, and then we have the ball screw bearing. Right. So I use a light grade automotive grease when I use that stuff, but I have not greased these things up yet. So now that you brought I am going to. I want you to bring that question to me next week. All right, hold me to this because I am going to go order grease. I'm going to go get it right now, and I got to get the grease, the insert, so the grease gun will fit on it.
Perfect. All right. Next up. Why did it do that? There we go. All right. How do you heat your shop?
Okay. I have a split unit that's up on my wall. It's so much better than AC, so you can see it right over there. That's split unit right there. And right now it's cranking out the heat. So I got it set on 75 degrees and it doesn't stop running. It's nice and efficient. It doesn't cost a lot to run the place. Price-wise, mine probably costs a little more than what most people, what you can get to have them installed. So I paid about, 15 grand for this thing, which I think was a little overkill. But I've seen people pay about $4,000.
All right. I tried to get a plan from Etsy, but I was not able to open it in Vectric. I tried saving it as several different files. Any suggestions? What type of file was it?
Yeah. The first thing I would say is make sure you unzip the file if it's a zipped file. Because, yeah. So for Vectric, it should be a Vectric file, right? A CRV file. But if you have like Vectric version 11 and that was created in version 12, it won't open. And then what else? You can import a DXF or SVG, but you got to make sure it's not it's unzipped. So if you're going to import a DXF or SVG, you have to use the import feature in the Vectric software. You can't just try to open it right up into the Vectric software. So for the import, up in the edit area or in the menus at the top, you can click File, right, and then come down, go Import, and then you can import vector or bitmap. And I think that's the one that you'd use. Let's take a look. I'm just going to see if I have a vector. Yeah, you're going to use one of those, but you want to look for an SVG file, or a DXF file. All right. So what did I say? If the file was made in version 12 and you have version 11 in the Vectric software, you won't be able to open it up. So you can import a DXF or SVG if they provide it. Okay.
All right. All right. Just received notice that my 1.5 kilowatt spindle for my long mill just shipped. Yay!
You're going to love having a spindle. You're going to love having a spindle.
Never go back, man. Never go back.
Yep. Yeah. Any folks have a spindle, started off the Makita router and switch over to spindle, put in the comments, what your like feeling was after you switched over. Will you ever go back to a Makita router?
All right. Yeah. I can't go back to a router. Hit that like button, everybody. We've got a lot of our regulars in here that are really on it for us. But I'm going to put it out there on the live. If we have given you some valuable content, if we have entertained you, if we have kept you company for the evening, if we've danced the night away with you, please hit that like button below and let us know. We appreciate it very, very, very much.
Yep.
All right.
And we're running a special. We hit 100,000 subscribers over the weekend, so we're running a flash sale tonight. 15% off any of the O-Flute bits or O-Flute bit sets from IDC Woodcraft, and we will link that in the comments description. That is going to expire at midnight Eastern Standard Time, so jump on it. 15% off. And our birthday, IDC Woodcraft's birthday is next month, so we got something coming up for that too. We ain't telling you what that is yet.
All right. Is there an update for the Carveco Maker database? Some bits are missing. The Beast, for example. The Beast should be in there.
Yeah.
The Beast should be in there. I would attempt to download it again from the website, making sure that the old copy is off of your files. So that way you're not getting them mixed up. Make sure you unzip it. Make sure you do the, merge.
Well, so he's doing a Carveco. Carveco has a different.
Oh yeah, they have a different setting. But either way, I would definitely try and re-download it and re-upload it to there. I don't know the extra steps for Carveco Maker as far as downloading it, but I would try again because it should be there.
Yeah,
it should be there.
Yep. It's kind of tedious keeping that database updated. They're always adding bits and okay.
Here's a weird edge case. Wire broke inside the connector for the Z probe at both ends.
Oh, weird. So just wire fatigue.
Yep.
That's okay. That would make sense. Jack uses his stuff a lot, so he just moved it around a lot, and the wires inside broke, and you wouldn't even know it. That's a good edge case. So, folks, do you have any edge cases of something going wrong with your machine? Some kind of weird thing happened, and you just never really figured it out. It happened once, and maybe once or twice. That's kind of curious. We're going to talk about that. So, yeah, wire fatigue. That can actually happen in your control, too. If your wires, not just in your control, but around your machine, if the wires aren't secure enough and they vibrate enough, eventually they're going to have fatigue. And the interesting thing about fatigue, it's not like a muscle, like you're working your muscles and they get tired, you get fatigued, you let them rest, and then you can start to work out again. Metal fatigue is a compounding thing. So if you start to build in fatigue, it's not going to come out of it. The fatigue is not going to come out. It's just the more it moves, the more it's going to add that fatigue, and that can happen over a couple of years, and then a wire would eventually just break because it overran its metal fatigue.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm trying to find some interesting ones. Okay. I use Mach 4 on my CNC with Pokey 57 CNC for months. Worked fine. Then bad stuff started to happen. Turned out after a few weeks of troubleshooting, it was ground earth issue from PC to controller.
Wow.
Bad stuff started to happen, man. Bad stuff.
Yeah. But this just shows other things that go wrong. That weird things. So having the machine grounded, having your system grounded. That's just interesting.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right. Zero the Z axis. First run goes well. Duplicate. Next run drives a bit through the wood into the spoil board. Didn't change anything, but new same size wood new same size wood blank. Reset Z0 access, then cut went fine. Yeah, sometimes those micro adjustments between pieces of wood, even if they are the same, they're gonna make an adjustment and make it go deeper.
Yeah, let's see. Well, he said, let's see, a bit through the wood and into the spoil board. So
Yeah, because if he zeroed it off of each one, but one of them was slightly less depth, then it would be going deeper
right,
overall.
for,
Well, it would still technically be cutting the same depth. If it was say one measurement was the 3/4 inch overall, but one piece of wood was like just
mhm,
slightly shorter than 3/4 inch, it would
right,
then go in.
right, yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking on this one that what happened was wherever you're set up on, it wasn't relative to the thickness of wood. The way I'm interpreting this is he didn't reset his Z. He just reran the part, right? And then he had to reset the Z, so his zero got lost. I've actually had that happen. I had where the machine just here's one. I probed the machine. The whole thing went through its cycle of probing, but the probing didn't take in the G center. This was on my long mill a while ago, and it just didn't take. It's like it didn't register, and I started running a machine. It started to run way the hell over there, and I verified everything. You know, used the setup sheet and all that good stuff. So I checked everything. Uh, so I don't know. I don't know what happened with that one. Then I reprobed and everything went fine.
Huh. Is there a discount code for the long mill or alt mill machine instead of buying one? No, there's not.
They don't discount their machines.
They don't discount their machines. Garrett, long story short, CNC Labs helped me troubleshoot what eventually turned out to be bad Z-axis stepper motor. They then replaced it on warranty. Great company.
Yeah, I had that too. I had a
I
stepper
was gonna say, I
motor.
think that's what you had.
Yep, remember that? It's like that. I was trying to troubleshoot the hell out of that.
Yep.
Finally, it was like there's the. I didn't think to see the power light on the motor. The little power light was not on, but it was getting power to it. Okay. Oh, look at this.
Good ideas. All right.
Do we have any empty bit cases?
So, yes, we do. We don't have all of our sizes. That's the thing. We don't have all of our current sizes that we use. We have lots of leftovers from other stuff. So if there's specific bits that you have flying around that you know what size a case would fit, kind of thing, you're like, oh, it's kind of longer like our, XD14 and it's 1/4 inch. Hey, I need a 1/4 inch bit case that's no less than 3 inches. I'll see what I got for you. But there's just no guarantee on the sizes because we just have 3 different random old sizes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've this is actually something that's been out there for about a year for us to get on the site, empty cases. So we'll get that on the site here over the next couple of months because people do ask for that. So you can buy them.
Robert, yeah, I had my machine take off in the middle of starting cut. Still don't know what happened.
It's so weird when that kind of stuff happens.
Was doing a carve? Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. I was just reminding them we all see that little banner going across the bottom there, right? We hit
15% off your Flukes.
Yeah,
Toots.
So we have to order another. Wayne said congrats on the 100K. Julianne, I'm going to bring you back on for a second.
Mute myself for a second so I pull my nose.
So Julianne, what do we have to do in order to get our little 100K? award.
I've got to fill out the request form. There's some requirements that YouTube has that we have to make sure that we fulfill. So, yeah.
Okay.
Gotta fill out the form. They don't just send it to you. Like, no, you gotta work for it even after you've worked for it.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. So we don't know when we'll get it.
Boo. They should,
Oh, there you go.
it's a trophy. Why do I have to work for the trophy, right?
Right. So carry 3D prints empty bit cases.
Yeah. I mean, if it works.
All right, next.
Okay. Was doing a carve, multiple toolpaths. First 4 ran fine. Last one, the spindle would not turn. Retry, same result. A brief look at the G code confirmed that somehow set 16 RPM instead of 16,000. Whoops.
It's weird.
That's really weird.
I hope you went back into your database and double check that tool.
Yep. All right. First few projects carved backwards. Still trying to get the bug worked out. Have to save and carve mirrored. Interesting.
Yeah. I'm going to say on that one, I think I got an idea for you to check on that. And I'm going to share again, and we're going to switch over to GSender. So regardless of the software you use, there should be a section where you can tell it to invert the motor direction, right, for the particular one. So if it's doing an X, you should be able to scroll through there and find it where it says motors, come on, something, and switch the motor direction. Okay, so look for that and try that toggle, and then try a test run without the without a bit in it, and see if it works. I think it's got as easy as that kind of switch. All right, Liberty is probably out having a coughing fit. I can hear her throat getting really scratchy. So let's see what we got. Okay, come back. Okay, so let's see. So Jared said, I'm new to learning. Oh, okay, we already did that one. Let me just get that one out. We're not clearing out some of the questions. So it's okay. I'm trying to make the number 29 cribbage board and can't get any array to follow the line. I made it in the center of the numbers. Any solutions? Okay, we'll bring Liberty back on. You know what? I have not messed with that feature in a while. Liberty would probably be able to, she did that once. I haven't done it in quite a while. I would have to fiddle with it a little bit, but let's see what I can do right now. I'm going to just try to mess with it right now. See if I can remember how I do this. So I'm going to just create a squiggly line just like that. And then we're going to put a little circle on the line. So let me get a circle, and we'll just put it right there. Nope, that was too big of a circle. Way too big of a circle. Okay, we'll just do it like that then. Close, and we'll get rid of that circle. And I want to array that circle. I'm going to actually shrink it down. And I want it to follow the line. So it's this fourth icon over, if I'm right. I haven't done this in so long. And copy circles. 10 copies. I'm just going to try to go with what I got. And oh, that's not what I wanted. I'll have to play with this, but we got I think Kyle's got a video out that explains that. I don't want to take up a lot of time trying to figure it out here. I could, if I could mess with it for about 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, I would get it. The cribbage holes have to be a group first. Yep. So you have to make the 2 or 3, and then you have to group them so you can do the track on them. Do you remember how to do that with the cribbage, like the holes?
The array?
Yeah.
It always takes me like playing around with it to get them where I want them. Does that make sense? Like I always have to do it like on the line, next to the line, just to kind of see where I want them.
Yeah.
Number 29 cribbage board can't get the array to follow the line I made in the center of the numbers. I mean, if you're using...
There. Okay. I think I just got it. I think.
But yeah, it should be as far as center line if you're not following any sort of curve.
Yeah. So, okay. Select the thing. It's saying 10 circles. It's been so long since I've done it. Number of circles, number of copies. Now I'm going to hold the button down, shift down, and select the line, and I'm going to say copy. So look what it did, though. It made all these little circles there, and then it copied them along there. I think, yeah.
So you can set how far apart you want them to, I believe. I can't see your screen because it's too little, but...
Yeah. Okay. It's not taking full size? The screen's not showing full size for you?
Well, for me, because I'm viewing it on StreamYard, it's really itty bitty. I can't zoom in enough to see the...
All right. There's a distance, says 0.1. So let's try that. We'll Control Z, and there we go. Okay, it was the first selection. Copy object, and then how many copies I want, and align to the curve. Boy, it's so small for me too. Anyway, yeah, I could take up another half an hour just trying to figure this out. So I'm not going to do it here. I think, like I said, if we find it, Joanne will post it, the video that Kyle has on that, because I know Kyle made a video on it. All right, so Albert said halfway through the job, the program would stop. Error would say speed was not set. Hit the continue button, which it would, but at a slower default speed. This would happen several times for no reason. So when that happens, it's almost like it loses. So when the G code, when it's reading G code, and it comes across the F, which is setting the spindle speed, that becomes a mode. It gets locked in until there's another F speed called in. And so the only thing I can figure on that is something in your code is disengaging that, like resetting that. I don't know if I've never seen that, if that would happen before, but something in the G code may be resetting that to nothing. That's an interesting one.
It is.
Definitely an interesting one.
William, I was setting up travel speed in Linux CNC and put 9K instead of 3K. LOL, the machine moved like a rocket. That's good. That's good.
Oops, that fat fingering.
My CNC controller froze up and it wouldn't do anything. And the next day it was working perfectly fine. Spooky, huh? That's that CNC ghost for you. He's like, I'm done for the day. Get out of here.
You know, spooky. I've had this happen to me, but the machine, it would everything would stop working. I'd have to shut the machine down. I'd have to shut the computer down, reboot the computer, turn everything back on. We can unplug things. This didn't happen with the alt mill. Yeah, it did. It happened the very first, the first week with the alt mill, and it just quit, and I had to reset everything, and then it quit. It just stopped doing that. Never had that problem again.
All right.
Yeah, spooky one.
I finished a carve, then moved the spindle out of the way. A few minutes later, the spindle moved up on the z-axis, but then found that somehow some dinosaur STL file had been loaded.
Oh, really?
So it just decided to start picking files on its own. It's like, actually, I want to do this one, please.
Just started to move on its own. Oh, that would be scary.
Scary. That's scary. Rick, on the last cut on a 4-tool project, my 1/4-inch bit dove down, lost steps, turned into my finished project, ruining the project. Cause? Dirty collet. Totally my fault. Clean your collets, peeps. Amen. Yup, that's words of wisdom right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we say it all the time. Bit slip is caused by dirty collets. Oh, that hurts. I feel your pain, man, on that one.
Jack in the shop back again.
Yep.
EMI. I turned on my shop vac and the long mill controller thinks I hit the E-stop. Grounded the machine and put the controller in a metal box.
All right. So that he got that spike. So that's not really EMI, electromagnetic interference. I guess could be, but it's actually that's a spike in the circuit. I had that. I was turning. This is not the alt mill's protected from it. The SLB, the super long board, is protected from that a lot better. But I turned on my Dremel with my old. It was Bob CNC, and the machine just stopped. And I actually figured it out. I was just turning something on and off. And I think it's just like when the control is doing something at just the right time, and you get that spike, and then it just goofs up on you.
And then it just.
Yep.
Wandering Star, Liberty, got my order yesterday. Everyone always asks how many M&Ms you send out. Wonder how many little black pouches go out in a year. Oh my gosh. Too many. I'm ashamed to say, honestly, too many.
Julianne's in the background going like this too.
Why some of you will see we've expanded our bag sizes since I first started here, because sometimes it's just easier to throw them all into one big velvet bag. Right. I have people who will keep the velvet bags and then send them back to me, whether it be just like randomly, or if they send us a gift, or if they send a return bit, like a broken bit, they'll send like a whole stack of velvet bags that they've saved from their orders. I have people who are like, no more velvet bags, please.
Yeah, we've had messages. People say, please don't send the velvet bags anymore. I got too many of them. How many do you think we ordered? How many boxes? How many we get in a box?
I mean, so each like little thing is 100, and we get no less than probably 500 depending upon which style at a time. And then so I mean we order around 2,000 at a time or more.
Okay. We've gone through a lot of them. Sometimes I dread that I started that. It adds a lot of labor to the packaging, for sure. Okay.
All right.
What else we got?
All right. Let's see. Maz Dance 1. My Gamitsu 4030 Prover XL screws up all the time. Not always my doing. Every Microsoft Windows update breaks my USB driver. Oh goodness. Man. Oh goodness, you poor thing.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Last night I was attempting a juice groove in a cutting board. All setup looked good before and after. Bit did a nosedive into my board, bending the bit and pulled the bolts out of my edge huggers. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Well, you really did it good.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those nosedives they really throw you off, and they break your heart every time you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Always double check your probing, though, folks. Always double check probing. This is one of the reasons why I came up with the setup checklist, right? Because just like in probing, we can probe it and then we check on our software, and it only happened to me like a couple times, but the probe actually didn't take. And then you start, and then it does stuff like that.
Yep.
not
I
necessarily
learned to make
probe.
sure that the probe takes, because sometimes it just doesn't, again, because of that connection or some sort of just zoop, and you just want to make sure that it knows where it's supposed to be.
Yep, I've got it on the setup checklist here. So this is free to you guys. We'll link it there so you can get it. Use it. Uh-oh, drop something. You know what I dropped?
What?
The sticker.
The sticker.
I dropped that sticker.
That sticker, the fancy sticker.
Yeah. I'm about to do some work with this thing this week, so we can get this thing to released. It's been out to
Yay! Rich, bent the bit. Yes, so I've had it actually quite a few times with bowl bits. That's almost the only time I have to replace a bowl bit of some sort, is when it's run into something and that shank just goes ring and just like gets all bent up. All bent up.
Yeah, bull bits, they hog a lot of material. There you go. There's a nice bull bit for you. Yeah, Helen said she has a checklist and still screws up. But there you go. There's bull bit.
There we go. There it is.
Yep. So that's a 1-inch ball nose. Those bull bits, they take out a lot of material. That's why you want to use the hogging bit before you do it, because they're doing a lot of work. Okay, not a carbide shank. No, not with that. That's a braze tip bit. All right, if this was a carbide shank, this bit would cost about $350, because 1-inch carbide, right, solid carbide, and all that grinding to get it down to a shank size. Carbide's expensive, brother. It's expensive.
Mm-hmm. What would cause the sides of my deep tray to have ripples? The bottom of the tray is fine. Probably
Chatter, brother. That's
Chatter?
chatter.
chatter.
Okay, ripples.
Yeah, especially if the bottom's fine, because then it wouldn't be Passover if it's the bottom that is fine still.
Yeah, so ripples are chatter, and that means that there's a number of reasons that you can get chatter. Right, chatter is basically it's a bouncing tool when it's cutting, so it can bounce because of the gantry is not rigid enough, and you're trying to work it too much, and so when it's making this cut, it's trying to resist that, and it's resisting it by bouncing it. You're getting, it's kind of like, there's something called bit deflection, but you're getting machine deflection. That's one way. If you're using a long bit, you're going to get more bit deflection or vibration. So bit deflection is, all bits do bend. They do bounce a little bit, right? So the biggest issue is generally you're overworking the machine. Bring your feeds and speeds down a little bit. And if you still have trouble, then what you can do is you can do an offset a little bit by 0.05 and then come back in and do a cleanup pass. It's really common in CNC machining to do a finish pass, right? Especially when I was in work as a machinist, we'd always do a finish pass. We call it a spring cut or finish pass, and do it in CNC too on your projects. So if it's got not that much material to take off, it's not going to have your roughing cut will have the ripples, but then it will the finish pass won't have that resistance, and it'll make a nice clean cut.
All right.
Gosh, this one here.
Entered feed rate at 80 inches per second when I wanted 80 inches per minute. Oh, yes. Boy, did that router fly. The cut was too rough, so I had to start over. Oh.
Yeah. Machine, so 80 inches per minute. The machine never got to that speed unless you got a really big, really powerful motor and it's set up. There's usually a limit, but 80 inches per minute, that's like per second. That's fast. The machine went as fast as it possibly could. That's wild.
Yeah.
Woo. Okay.
I was in the middle of a laser engraving an image over an hour in, and it set off an alarm, started beeping, and stopped. I couldn't start over the image of the people because it would be messed up. Aww. That sucks. It so much does especially when you're so far through a project and then it errors to a point to where you can't recover. It's like, okay, maybe I can recover that wood for another project, but this project, I got to start over.
Yeah, that's another reason for a surfacing bit if you can. So if you botch a project, sometimes you can just surface it off. But man, when you get that far into a project and something happens to your machine, that's another reason why you do maintenance on the machine. You check all your electrical connections. The Makita trim routers. How many have had their Makita trim routers burn out right in the middle of the carve? They burn out right in the middle of the carve. There's no other time they're going to burn out.
Yep. No, of course not.
Right. So Blaze GBS is saying, folks, go to the channel page and hit the thumbs up, please.
Yes. Please hit that thumbs up if we've given you some quality entertainment, some quality information, or just some quality company.
Yeah, there you go.
Let us know.
There you go. What kind of videos would you guys like to see? We're working on new list. Something I've got over here. I'm gonna do we're gonna do the G code video. All right, gonna do one on G code. That's too far out. I can't read the rest of those right now. Put less what you'd want. Okay, let's do the next one.
All right. Don't forget about that Flute sale until midnight Eastern Standard Time tonight, guys.
Yes. So that's the discount code that's going across the bottom. That's our celebration. 100K subscribers this past week. So we're going to celebrate with a 15% off flash sale on our Flute bits, sets or individual bits. So take advantage of it. We'll put a link in the comments again so you can go there and get your bits. It ends at midnight Eastern Standard Time. And next month is our birthday. So we're coming up with a plan for that too.
We're going to celebrate right.
5 years. Can't believe it. 5 years. This all started in my apartment, in my living room, where all your shipping stuff is now.
Where we're back at now, just taking over the space.
Yep. Okay.
All right, Blaze. I learned to not trust the glue and tape method when the humidity was high one summer when I started. Launched a chunk of walnut off my forehead. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Ouch.
I will pay attention to the humidity then, because that's my favorite method.
Right. There's one Makita router gave out best nature bids. Right. Makita Gary brought out after a second set of new brushes. Then got smart and bought a spindle. Best upgrade. I highly recommend. Absolutely. It's nothing like that router burning out right in the middle of the car. Spindles are so much better. Spindles are so much better. Oh, spindles are so much better. Let's link PWN spindles and the if you have the alt mill, link their spindles too. And if you didn't get the spindle with the alt mill.
Jared Heim, I had first Makita burnout 2 weeks ago as a part of a 2 foot by 3 foot oak carve. Pulled blank and destroyed. Lots of cushing and wishing for a spindle. Yeah.
And that thing stinks. Were you there when it burned out in Liberty, when the first one burned out?
Yeah.
How bad that made that shop smell?
So stinky, and it lingered.
And it lingers, you're right. It's like it gets into everything.
It like sits there in your nose for a while if you're right there in it.
Yeah. If you have a Makita router, folks, if you can switch over spindle, do it. Because Makita will burn out on you. I've seen a couple people where it's lasted them for a couple of years. All right, but okay.
When we get an option on the, oops, sorry.
No, it's okay. Just like with
Spindles
my,
are so much better.
yes, they are. 100%. There you go. We're linking the alt mill spindle with the other one. Never let the smoke out of the box or router. Yeah. Ugh. Okay, next.
All right, next question. We got, can we get an option on the website or somewhere to sync up my bits collection and export the wood species specific settings?
So I guess you're talking about
Like the app.
linking the app to the site. I'm not sure we can do that. But it's worth asking our tech guy if that's possible. So, so my bits collection, I'm assuming he's talking about on the phone app.
I would assume so, yeah.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, IDC Woodcraft has a phone app, and it's got all the bit settings in the phone app. So specifications for all of our bits and the feeds and speeds. You can set it to millimeters. You can set it to inches. You can select several species of wood. If you have a manual trim router like a Makita, you can change that. So you can, it'll tell you what dial number it needs to be on in order for you to match that RPM. And if you need to replace your bits, you can do it all right through the app. When you buy this is why I started the app. Why I want it, because I got tired of going to computers. The whole intention was to save people from going to a computer and having to search it up. You can just get it straight off the app. So syncing the app, we'll ask the tech guy. We'll ask Richard and see if that's a possibility. But I don't know if that can happen or not. Okay.
Either the phone or add the interactive database capability to the website itself. Okay. Yep. So that kind of confirms he's wanting the website and the app to connect together. All right. Paul, I'm making a sign to attach to a house with vinyl siding. How do I design and cut the back to the sign to fit the profile of the siding? The sign is approximately 18 by 18 by 1. Probably going to want to make it a little bit thicker if you're going to be contouring it to siding, depending upon how deep that the siding goes in, because like siding's kind of.
Yeah, I think he wants to actually cut the back so it actually fits the profile of the siding.
That's what I'm saying. So he's probably going to want to make it, he may have to make it a little bit thicker depending upon how much of a contour the siding is.
Yeah.
But I would say probably a molding toolpath.
Molding toolpath. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it, sister. So molding toolpath. I'm going to try to do this for you real quick. Just we're not going to run through how to do molding toolpath because that can take a little bit of time. But let's just say I've got to think about this. Okay, so that we'll just make that line. That will be the back of the siding, and then I'm going to try to create just a kind of a general siding philosophy here. Okay, so there's 3 of them. I'm going to go over to here. I'm going to go to the molding toolpath. So it is, okay, there it is right there. So it's, if you have the Vectric V-Carve, it's going to be the 3rd row down, the icon. Cut 2D will not do it. I'm going to select that. I've selected the profile there, and now I'm going to select the line and see what it does. Okay, I think I did it the other. I'd have to play around with that, but yeah, molding toolpath is what's going to make it happen. Yep. Why is it going so far? That's what I don't get. That'll play with the molding toolpath too much. Liberty's totally on it. There's a molding toolpath. I think Mark has a video on molding toolpath, so we'll see if we can find that and link it here. Okay.
Yeah.
Ellen's checking out. Good night, Ellen.
Good night, Ellen. All right. Are your O flutes for acrylic only?
They will work on acrylic. They'll work on HDPE. Any plastic they'll work on.
I've used them on foam.
That's HEPE. What's that?
I've used them on foam.
Have you used them on foam? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They're not. Our O flutes are not designed for aluminum. So
Correct.
I love cutting HDPE. It cuts so nice. Remember how
It
fast
looks
this thing
so
cuts? It's
smooth.
like just like butter, and the cut is so clean. Yeah. There we go. All right.
I used a notebook to run my CNC Shark HD10 or a netbook, and then I added the fourth axis. I could not get the enable button. Next Wave could not figure it out. I figured it out. I had to hide the taskbar to get the enable button.
Oh,
Interesting.
funny. I'm sure you reported it back to them to tell them, especially if they couldn't figure it out.
Yeah. That's definitely an edge case right there.
Yeah, it is. Now, let's see. So, folks, we're just running through the weird things that people have happened on their CNCs. Those one-offs, like what's going on with my machine? It's not your standard foobar, and it's like half of these that we've read so far are out of the blue. They don't know what it was. It went away. It's gone. The other ones, they figured it out. And last reminder, this little banner is going across the bottom, right? 15% off. We're not doing a giveaway tonight because we got this going on. So use that discount code, and up until midnight, because it's our celebration for 100,000 subscribers on the channel. And next month is our birthday, and we got something going on. Make sure you get on the CNC Insiders email list if you're not on that list. That's where we're going to make our first announcement. I'm going to go grab a beer. Go ahead and handle it.
All right. What is the difference between your IDC bits and Jenny bits? Great question. Great question. So I believe all of Cody's bits are coated. So that is one difference you'll find between like some of like the O flute and our O flute. His are coated, ours are not. What other differences would you like to, or lack thereof, to point out to?
Cody designed his own, right? So he's got his own geometry. So ours do not come from Cody, all right? But so either one is going to be good. Like Liberty said, Cody's are coated, but I know Cody takes a lot more time in his design. I know what he does. All right, I've been there. I see what he does. So I work with the tooling company for my stuff, but for the O-flute one, I don't know if there's really a lot of difference. I just know Cody. I like to say it like this, though. So for the Jenny bits, IDC, it's like, okay, so if you all have seen the IDC man, right? And we did that skit, right? Where Liberty broke a bit, right? The cheap bit. And so you have your cheap bits, like super cheap bits off of Amazon. You get your Chevrolet bits, right? Then IDC is like at the Cadillac level. It's a broader scope of bits. And then you have Cody's bits, the Jenny bits, which are like more like Ferrari level.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's the best way I can explain that. So, yeah. I mean,
beautiful.
If I could drill in and look at the specific design differences, then I can be able to tell you what the differences. Okay.
New to CNC, have a Carvera Air trying to surface some MDF to make it thinner. Using the IDC 3/4 inch surfacing bit, what spindle speed and feed rate?
Okay. All right. That's going to be must have a little small desktop machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. I don't keep these feeds rates in my head, so I'm just going to open up the database.
I'm going to look up the machine while
find the surfacing bit, and I'll be able to tell you.
CNC.
tested that long time ago. So
We
the 3/4 inch. So your pass depth is going to be 0.05 maximum, 0.05 inches. That is. Step over should be 70%. Your spindle speed, you can make it 17,000 RPM. And then your feed rate, 100 inches per minute. And your plunge rate, 8 inches per minute. Plunge rates for surfacing bit, I keep them way down there because I don't want the surfacing bit to plunge down fast if it's over the material. I want to be able to stop it. So I'll just run through that again real quick. Pass depth, 0.05. Step over, 70%. Spindle speed, 17,000. You can turn that down to maybe 15,000 if you want. Feed rate, 100 inches per minute. Plunge rate, 8 inches per minute. Okay.
Yeah, it's an itty bitty machine. I can't
go to
I can't find like measurements, but
what's that?
sorry.
No, it's
I
okay.
can't find measurements of exactly how big it is, but it's an enclosed itty bitty desktop machine.
Okay. Yeah, get the IDC Woodcraft phone app, right? And go. It's good. We got it for Google and for Android, and that'll be in there. I could have gone to the phone app and figured that out instead of going into the vector database. So by the way, the tool he's talking about is the only 1/8 shank surfacing bit that's out there on the planet. IDC Woodcraft. I told my tooling company nobody has it, so I told the tooling company to develop it, and they said, "Oh, we can't develop it. That's too small for a surfacing bit." I said, "I didn't ask you if you can. I said I want you to develop it. If you don't want to do it, I'll find somebody else." And that was incentive enough for them to do it. But the information is there. It's right there on the app.
All right, Robert, not a question, but a great thanks to you. Running a project and I tripped the power cord. For me, it's a rare thing, but knowing start by line in GSender was a save. Thank you.
Very cool.
Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome.
So glad to hear that helped. So that's a feature in GSender where if the project kicks out, right, for stops for some reason, he pulled the power cord, GSender held that information, what line it was at, so you could go right back to that line and start the machine up right from that line instead of having to start over.
Yep. Bill Bat, I'm looking to purchase the alt mill, but I have some questions. What dust collector should I look at for the 4-inch port on the alt mill?
I don't know. I don't even have a dust collector. I just use my shop vac. So I couldn't really tell you. Anybody, if you have any suggestions, put them in the comments. Wait a minute. Hold on. There you go.
Yeah, I saw the
Garrett and Liberty from James. Okay. Spooky did it too.
Thank you guys. I try to mute myself, but if I ever don't, I'm so sorry. But sometimes I'm like trying to click real quick and I'm trying to also, yeah. Bill Bat again, what software should be installed on G Control panel computer? Should you install vCarve Pro? Any antivirus software?
Yeah, well, you can put vCarve Pro on it. I don't have antivirus on it. I got vCarve Pro on mine and the GSender, but with the vCarve Pro, what you'll want to do is get yourself a keyboard, a Bluetooth keyboard, a Bluetooth mouse as well. So you can, if you're going to put the vCarve on there, you want to be able to design. You don't have to fat finger things. Mm-hmm. Touch screens are good for some stuff. They're not good for other stuff. Now, Liberty will be at the shipping monitor and we'll be talking to something. I'll say, well, can you do that right there? And I touch the monitor and it like goes somewhere else.
Touch screen. And I'm like,
monitor. I forget that it's a touch screen.
Yeah. Mark's ears were burning. He heard us talking about him too much, so he decided to pop in.
Hey, y'all, say hi to Brother Mark. Upland Woods is giving us some congrats on the 100K subscribers.
Thank you.
All right, let's get some more. We got a whole bunch of them out there still.
Yeah, we do. What software should be in? Oh wait, that's the one I just
said that one.
But yeah, I don't even think we'll be able to get through all these.
On that one, as far as antivirus, I don't know. I don't have antivirus on mine.
My antivirus, that whatever is always installed on my machines, always sits here and yells at me until the day the computer dies. So it's like, don't forget, your free protection is out of date. And I'm like, goodbye.
Right. Any thoughts on an air versus water?
What types of sanders, palm,
go ahead,
drum, belt sanders do you use and why? So I use a handheld handheld sander.
Yeah, palm sander.
Palm sander, thank you.
Yep.
I've looked into a few belt sanders, and if I found something where I felt like it could be really useful, I would probably consider getting one. Beyond that, I don't see us getting too many more sanding things. I do a lot with my Dremel as well for fine detail. And then I have the frog system, something we got from one of the events that we went to, and it's like this little bitty block that holds the little bitty pieces of sanding paper, and I just go right along. It fits right in my hand, but I don't do a whole lot of that because I don't really like to do a whole lot of like hand sanding.
Yep. So, okay, I use palm sander because we're a very surface project. I always like to sand it down a little bit, right? Yeah. Well, sometimes I'll want to seal the project before I start carving it. It really depends on what I'm doing. If I'm going to use Aura mask, I'll use a palm sander. So I personally like the cordless, cordless battery operator one.
Yeah.
As far as drum sanders, I would use an oscillating drum sander, just because that drum is going up and down. It's using more of the drum. And what Liberty was talking about with a Dremel, definitely the sanding pads. Julianne linked these. If you guys don't have these sanding pads, tell them about the sanding pads.
I use them for just about every project with any sort of detail, text, V-carve, 3D, anything. And it just cleans up those last bit of fuzzies that you have. If there's any spots where you want to kind of change up your design or what have you, or it couldn't get in a tight corner depending upon what bit you were using. You can clean that up by sanding that up with your Dremel. And we've got the 4 different grits.
Yep.
And I'm constantly using the highest grit to even shine up my projects because it's so nice to use.
Yep. And they get in all the little nooks and crannies, and they don't tear up your wood like sandpaper would, because these are actually like Scotch Brite. They're just different densities of Scotch Brite. So they work really, really well. Like Liberty said, she uses them all the time. I'll take a project, I'll carve a project up, and I'll take it over to her. I say, Liberty, finish this up for me. And she just clean it up.
All right, Mike Smith. I use a Masso unit on my mill, but I never hear of anyone else having one. Is there an issue with Masso that I might not have heard about?
Masso's on many of the 150s. That's what they use. So I don't know. I don't use a Masso controller.
See if anybody in the comments has anything to say about that.
Yeah, we're gonna do about 2 or 3 more. We're already running over time, so.
That's all right. I was waiting for the word.
Yep.
Maz Dance, do you have a new low profile plastic clamps in stock again yet? Not yet.
Not yet.
Those are projected to be April for the kits to come back in. March, April, kind of.
Hoping sooner.
Right. And then the replacement packs, I do believe we still have a few in stock.
I think they're on.
Mhm. Yes, we do. We do still have the replacement clamps in stock. So if you've already got the kit and you're looking to get more clamps or replacement clamps, those are in stock. As far as the kits, those will be a couple more months. But we will keep you updated.
We're working on it. We're working on it. Let's handle this. Any plans on getting a 3/8 shank TBN, so that the taper ball nose bits? Yes, absolutely.
Yep. All right. I think that's good to call it.
Yep, we're gonna bring Julianne up.
Yep.
First of all, folks, last time this little banner there, we're doing a flash sale for 100K subs, and there's the use that oh my flute. That's good. And there was one here I just wanted to see. Where did it go? Okay. All right. In 2 weeks, we'll have Kyle Ely. I do want to get another special guest like for next week, but we'll see what we can get arranged.
Ooh, that wind is going crazy out there.
Is it?
At least down my alleyway, there was this whole like up against my window just from the wind.
Huh. Wow. Okay. All right, folks. Well, we are going to check out. We're going to call it a night. I just want to. Oh my flute. There you go. Yep. Ed, you're welcome.
Yeah, Mark. Sorry. Unfortunately, you got here just in time to say goodbye.
Mark and Cody both got summoned by video and bit mentions, but yes.
Their ears were burning.
So you were messaging them, huh?
They just popped up about the same time.
Okay. It's just burning their ears.
We'll have to mention them earlier on next time.
Right. Yeah.
Jack, I don't think we're supposed to get another snowstorm this weekend, but we are supposed to just still stay really cold. So likely some more ice.
Yeah. The last really bad cold I remember was probably 10 years ago. It was 6 weeks below freezing here. 6 straight weeks below freezing. So for you folks up north, I mean, no, that's nothing. But so for you, I'm probably whining. 3 degrees in Wisconsin right
now. Oof. Just oof.
Oh, I was not built for this. I did not choose Indiana.
Yeah. Duck says he loves his Masso. All right. Masso is quite a controller.
Right. We'll forgive you this time, Cody.
Let's see. What's the honest opinion of the alt mill? I love the alt mill. I really, really like the alt mill. It's the most rigid machine in this category in the prosumer class. It's the gantry is the thing that's the most important here. All right. So yeah, I'm all about the alt mill. All right, folks, we are going to check out. I got a full bladder. I'm sure my team does too. So we're going to have to call it.
We've been drinking a lot tonight.
Right.
Staying hydrated. Woot woot.
Staying hydrated. All right, folks. Enjoy your new O Flute pits, and we will see you next week.